I don't have to worry. I don't have to care. My coat is very furry. I'm Grizzly Bear.
What's my name and don't say it, 'cause you know how these niggas been counting me out. Okay, you gotta whisper my name.
What's going on, guys? I hope my audio is good. If not, let me know. Another day in paradise. Here we are. Just wanted to hop up here and chop it up with you guys. I got one dude in the building. Shout out to you. Appreciate you being here. Appreciate your support. Make sure you guys hit the like button. Just kind of a general musings here, mulatto topics. I do have a Facebook post that I do want to share with you guys. Let me bring this up. And yeah, want to kind of talk about this, and obviously it's open kind of discussion. I'll drop the link as well. Actually, I can do that right now, in case if any of you guys want to hop up and join the conversation directly. I got the link here for you guys. So yeah, interesting discussion. It says right here, mixed people with black mothers or black argue with y'all white mama, not me. The thing is, though, she's going to be arguing with black people, with black moms and black dads about the whole biracial thing, if they're black or not. The whole point here, why I'm talking about this, is because we have the microphone now. We have to basically control the narrative. We have to own the discussion, control the narrative. The days of monoracial speaking for us on our behalf is over, essentially. And it's up to us to get up here and put this content and challenge the narratives. So that's what I'm going to do right now, the best I can. Try not to hurt too many feelings, but you know how it goes. Right away, you look at the person. He loves Tuki. Okay. You look at her, the avatar. If it's her, it could be just a stock photo, whatever. But this person is black as night. So this is a monoracial person. Oh, but they're going to tell you, you don't know. They could be. I don't care what they are. They're not mulatto. Okay. And and they're not mixed, but they're speaking on a mixed subject. So I'm here to kind of provide some clarity, okay, for everyone, the audience, the haters and cloud watchers and supporters, all the above. Just want to check out some comments and kind of provide some corrections and clarification when needed. This person here says, I mean, they are mixed regardless. But let's just say we can definitely tell who has a white mom and who has a black mom in biracial children. The mannerisms and lifestyle give it away every time. LOL. Okay, there's a black woman saying that, saying she can tell. Right? I'd like to see some specifics. Is it the music? She says mannerisms. What mannerism? I'd like to know exactly what are the mannerisms that are kind of clues. And then lifestyle. Oh, interesting. And then this person, Venus is rising, puts right here, you're literally what your father is. Now, no, that's again, she got programmed by black males. I can tell she's a little lighter skin there, so it's kind of obvious. She's susceptible to the programming of Bantus and Pookies. That's why she's going with this whole patriarchy kind of lineage, concept that the black males push, and they got their kind of, sex cats, whatever, controlled, MK Ultra controlled kind of thoughts, literally THOT thoughts who kind of fall in line with the programming. They push this crap. You are literally what your father is. Says who? Says who? Says their little Bible from the white massa, their little white sky daddy. Says who? Okay, the male only determines the sex or the gender of the child. That's it. The race is determined by the both parent groups. If you have one parent group, one parent that's one particular race, the other parent of a different particular race, that child's mixed, biracial. The father is irrelevant in that discussion. The mother is equally as involved and genetically responsible biologically for the child. Okay, because they're going to bring in their whole little religion. Well, I don't follow your little religion that you guys are pushing, so I don't align with that. You know. Then she puts here, if you take the seed of a Japanese cherry blossom, and plant it in America, it doesn't change the fact that Japanese cherry. Yeah, so yeah, applying human beings to sakuras is what it's referred to as. The Japanese cherry blossom, sakura. In Nihongo, Japanese language, is sakura. Comparing human beings to a fucking cherry tree. Okay. But then again, look at her. What's the area? It says, I don't care. Florida, Jacksonville, a bunch of Pookies and shit, Bantus. So we already know the programming's there. Let's move on. Apparently, there's a difference between mixed and being biracial. Mixed is more than two races. Yeah, that's the thing is mixed is very ambiguous. Or multiracial, whatever. Yeah, biracial, obviously bi, the prefix for two, right? So it's very kind of obvious, but even then, it's not as specific because you have Asians, Eurasians, shout out to them, they're biracial, but they're not mulatto, right? So that's why mulatto is specific for Euro-Africans. A biracial is two races. Either way, any black in your blood, and the American government looks at you as black. Now, see, they're reinforcing the one drop rule. Now he says the American government, but how? I mean, I had a cop look at me once, was like, "Wait, what are you?" And then he wrote on my ticket, Hispanic. But that's just a low level like traffic cop, But as far as government, when I fill out documentation, I put mulatto. I check other, right, whatever race in. I put mulatto, biracial, multiracial. I never check black. Ever since this consciousness has emerged in my soul, spirit, and mind. Let's say like 2019. I guess I'm kind of late to the game for some of you guys, but definitely earlier than a lot of you. Let's be clear. I never check black. So I'm curious how he's saying the government, the American government looks at you as black. Like who the fuck, like how the American government, it's the people's will. It's a will of the people in a kind of representative republic. That's why I'm curious how this guy, like, they try to reinforce, and if they can't get you to kowtow, they're going to call on their white massa to kind of put you in your line. Because you see the picture here, Cincinnati, whatever, Ohio, Lindell, that name right there, Lydell, whatever, Lydell Hinch. You got the Michael Myers shit. It's just, you guys are weirds, man. You keep trying to enforce this imaginary government boogeyman. Look, it's federally outlawed, the one-drop rule, 1967. There are some states who do try to push it, but it's on your job, our job, mulattoes, to push back. But socially, yeah, because it used to be a time where they can fine you for falsifying documents, or you could get prison time, etc. But they can't force you to check black like they really tried to, let's say, 70 plus years ago. It's not like that today. But socially, you have one demographic who really wants to kowtow you into checking that black shit. And like, I always ask the question, well, what do you get out of it? What's the benefit for you? Mulatto man, mulatto woman. What's the benefit for you? Okay. Because when they deal with you, when they bring you into their tribe, they look at you, they want some benefit. They don't want you to have full autonomy, right? If you're a female, they bring you in because they want sexual access, right? They want easy tail, right? And if you're a male, they want to bring you in. If you're exceptional, like a Steph Curry, they want to claim your accomplishments, or Barack Obama, you name it. They want to boost their ego up. Oh, he got a black dad, so he black too, and like we got the best basketball players, right? They want to claim your wins and shit. So they want something from you if they kind of bring you into the tribe. But I'm trying to like reverse that, and I'm trying to tell you guys, when you deal with them, like make sure there's some benefit as well. You're not giving them, because you guys are programmed to give them freebies. But they don't give you no freebies. They tax you and charge you just to be amongst them in their group. Like you got to be thinking about that. So I got someone giving me a little comment. Hey, go check me out on Facebook as well if you guys want to follow me over there. Person here says, "LOL. I always thought this to cause. Damn it, you can't say otherwise. At this point, rules different. When the mama black, that's just like me. For example, my mama is Hispanic, so I get called Chico off rip. Now, white mama, yeah, definitely white, especially the mixed dudes with white moms. You can always tell the mixed dudes with white moms, but her, and she's another one from Tampa. I'm just guessing right there, a bunch of pookies. So another person out there in Florida, you know, uh, with the whole white mom thing. So, but she's got the Hispanic mom, so she's safe, right? She's a good one, right? It's that white mom they're jealous of and competing with. Interesting. Well, white women are the majority of America, so there's like a lot of white moms. So I'm just curious how these people think this is going to go. Like, don't you think the people that have white moms are going to kind of organize and like get the fuck away from you? Like, it's kind of already happening, right? But it's interesting. You got this character here. It's like you can always tell, right? Yeah, I can tell you got 500 pounds on you. You got other shit to worry about than white moms, lady. All right. Corey says, if either one of your parents is black, you are definitely black. Our genetics rule. He's a black king. He's got a picture of friggin' Puff Daddy here. Like, really? The degenerate P. Diddy, who's actually serving time. He's in prison right now, right? Don't they got a documentary and shit on him, got a court case and all that? Dude has literally been tried, you know? And there's video footage of him beating up some mixed chick, stomping her out, you know? So it's like, yeah, and then this guy has a picture of that guy sitting there. The black deans, and I guarantee if you go to the likes and shit, the love, you'll see a bunch of black queens who are gonna love the comment. Look at this. Battle Kim, she loves it. She's like, she agrees with the black Kang with his fucking P. Diddy avatar. Remember, like I said, P. Diddy abused a mixed woman. Then you got this Sox indigenous. You got one of these indigenous conquered people here in America co-signing the dark skinned Bantu. I'm not surprised because the Hispanics, it's the same shit, acting like a bunch of them. And they got a mixed queen, Sydney Hannah, who loves the comment too. Don't you find that lovely? All these bright light skins. Shaquita, Shaniqua, Shaquita, whatever. Another mixed queen, okay? Loving the comment. The blacks are dominant. Here you go. Tatiana Williams, another mixed queen. Light bright. They're loving it up. You got the blue haired bimbo. I don't know. I don't know. Look like a Hispanic. I don't know what the fuck you are. But the whole point is, guys, like this guy makes a comment like that. Says either one of your parents is black, you are definitely black. Our genetics rules. You got the best genes. But I'm pointing it out, like, look at the picture here. Like they don't make the correlation. They're not, Oh, there it is. And guy right here, we don't give a F. Shout out to her, mixed woman. Let's see what they're gonna probably try to dogpile on her. It's like we don't give a F. This person says at all. You def took this personal for some reason, so I guess this is your situation. And of course, you got a white bitch, a ghetto white bitch, okay, from Florida, of course, who's gonna side with the monoracial blacks, even though they're talking shit about your dumbass as a white lady. You're so stupid, ghetto, and that you are gonna side with them to attack a mixed person. This lady clearly, obviously, look at her facial symmetry. You can say the skin tone, whatever. Yeah, that's true, but look at the facial symmetry. Not a Bantu, right? But I always try to point this out to you guys. You're gonna notice that when you analyze social media, definitely check out my Patreon. I got more videos I'm uploading, talking about this specific thing, but this mono racism. You're going to see the Anglos team up with Bantus and Hispanic team up with Bantus to dogpile and attack mulattoes, as you saw what they've been doing with Drake. That's at the macrocosmic level. But in microcosmic level, you analyze social media, this is exactly what you see. We're like, lady, did you not read the whole prompt in the post? They're talking of the whole highlight is you as a white lady and mixed kids, but she's got to fit in with them. On God, this is her second comment on this post, bro. Black, dark-skinned Bantu, basically co-signing her. Yep, they work together against you mixed people. Too bad a lot of you are too stupid to figure it out. Too bad. But I got to be the bad guy to kind of add some clarity. So I love nobody gave this comment the energy. Interesting. I didn't take it personal. I'm entitled to my opinion, and it's a debate more than anything. And you're pressed. And this lady here says, I know this wasn't addressed to me, but I definitely take this type of discourse personal because it's annoying as fuck. Going your whole life being pushed and pulled from every side, being told who you are and how you should identify over a situation you didn't choose, nor did you ask. I never had an issue with my race until the people around me made it an issue. I'm just here existing and shit. Yeah, and she's mixed, heavenly, coarse, mulatto phenotype. Yeah, and who has an issue with you just existing? Blacks. But you don't want to call it for what it is. I got to be the bad guy to be blunt about it. That's what it is, you know. She definitely felt some type of way. Another Queen signing off. See, they're cool with the white ladies. If they get the white lady to be a little stooge, they can use her little ghetto trashy ass to kind of attack a mixed person. Once you mulattoes are conscious enough, then you start to see it for what it is. And yeah, interesting. I mean, I'm not going to bore you guys with all these comments. I'll share the link. I just kind of wanted to kind of gloss over it a bit and provide some commentary. I did see another one of her comments earlier when I checked this post out, and I did like it. She puts right here, what's the obsession for? If your mama and daddy black, you black. Go argue with your black mama. All the blacks in the back. You see how crazy that sounds, you know? And that's the whole point. Like, this thing is like some rage bait type of shit. For me, I could just make content out of it. But that's the whole point with this like crusty dark skin who like makes this like argument about the white mama, you know, and the black mama shit. Like, it's like rage bait. They always rage bait mulattoes, right? But if I do it, see on my Facebook post, if I make a post, they whine and cry. I got fucking Africans now jumping up, getting all uppity in my comments, like, damn, where'd you guys come from? And they co-sign the North American Bantus, which I find to be interesting. Where the hell did you guys come from? Oh, you just a racist. Cool. The fuck you gonna do about it? You just want to rage bait. Okay, cool. You guys talk about mulattoes. You rage bait us. So when we match the energy, you're gonna cry, bitch. You're gonna cry too. The fucking white boy who serves Israel, who's everywhere the white boy is, his country's being fucking flooded with brown Indians and brown Latinos. Really, the white boy, you're gonna run to him? I think he's got his hands tied. I think he's worried about other shit. You know, he's gonna take time out of his day to worry about what some little Negro has to say. This mulatto's a racist. Shut him down. It's hilarious. It says, what's the obsession for? Yeah, they're obsessed. This is the author. It says, this kind of stupid knowing both parents are black. Somebody's upset they was raised by a white mother. She taught you to act like this, didn't she? Shake my head. See, it's all rage bait stuff, right? This girl, what are you talking about? Argue with your black mama, not us. That's what she said. Yeah, you gotta just match that energy. And she looks like she's a biracial lady. Yeah, Andrea Nicole. But I love that fact. See, I'm always gonna stand up and stick up and fight with the mulattoes who are proud to be mulatto. Always. And you have to fight back. And see, the ones I push back against are the ones who want to throw me, a biracial man, under the bus to try to fit in with blacks. But like, oh, he's the bad one. He's the racist one. He's anti-black. He's not good. I'm the good biracial and shit. Okay. Yeah, you don't get no love from me if you pull that shit. But if you match their energy, and I see that, like, I'm gonna back you up. 100. I got your back. Because see, they're so used to and accustomed to dogpiling on mulattoes and mulattas. And they do these rage baiting type of, like, you know, posts and videos and comments and stuff. And honestly, I think a lot of you guys are kind of kowtowed to find it to be acceptable, which I don't. So that's why I kind of got to come up here. He puts right here, it's kind of stupid that you couldn't grasp her point, right? Like, making them seem less black isn't going to make them less attractive. And it also doesn't make them not black just because you say so. Now, this white lady, she makes a great point. What she says right here, Like making them seem less black isn't going to make them less attractive exactly. And that's why this darky who made the post is upset. Hell loves Tukey, if that is even her, I don't know. But that's why they're upset. Talk about this white mama shit all you want. That's cool, but Zendaya is still going to get all the roles. Doja Cat's still going to make millions, traveling around the world, making money, doing her tours. Like the women are still going to be the beauty standard. Halle Berry, all the mulattoes, like they're still going to be the beauty standard. So it's because they're less black like that. And most people would say they're more attractive because of that. That's in Latin America and Asia, Europe, around the planet. So it's all just pure rage baiting and coping, basically. Yeah, sure, they're less black. Oh, you don't have the mannerisms like a black lady. Okay, but as far as the sexual marketplace and competition and looks, like, yeah, you're not really competing that well, Quayne. Okay. You must not know mixed girls with white moms are much more capable than with white dads. And is he a dude? Yeah, he's a dude saying that because that's their whole gender war. The black males want to say that the mixed kids with black dads are better versus I'm analyzing a post where it's this black female who's saying they're biracial children. So they've been playing this game with us kind of for years, right? I think it's time now more of us mulattoes, biracials, right? Regardless of our parentage configuration, we jump into this discussion and take over the narrative. Take over because you see what they're doing, right? Rage baiting you, trying to kind of divide you because their shithole community is already divided. It's done. You know. Shout out to Unapologetically Biracial and Gray. She says mix is mixed, black is black. Yep. Shout out to her. Person here, Kayla Harris says those words sold platinum. Look up, my girl. I don't know. All non-blacks to the back. Right. I think that's a song they got. It says this person here says, honestly, I agree. Those raised by black moms seem to identify more with their black culture and embrace it. Those raised by white moms seem to never embrace their black culture. What is black culture? You guys were slaves. Like your culture was given to you by like Irish and English and shit. Like eating chitlins and pig's feet on a plantation is not culture. Like you've been stripped of your identity. You've been stripped of your identity. And some of you are so fucking confused and beaten down. You don't even want to call yourself black. You're calling yourself indigenous and copper colored. You think putting a feather in your hair is going to magically make you like not African. Very bizarre. I mean, so you really have no room to talk because I always hear this debate about culture and stuff. The culture. What is the culture? We can kind of trace your cultural roots to some European influence, especially here in North America. I'm not talking about the Akan people, West Africa and Ghana, or the Ibu, or these other tribal African groups, the Maasai, you name it. I'm not talking about African people on the continent. I'm specifically talking about African Americans here. When they talk about the culture, like the Kendrick Lamar, fans and shit. It's like Drake doesn't understand the culture. He's biracial, right? Like, what is the culture? Like you Negro spirituals, like your destiny is aligned with what whites want. Europeans. I mean, you speak their language, you have their names, you worship their gods. Okay. That is your culture. All right. And I'm just here sitting here to laugh at you. She puts, I mean, technically, if we speak in the dad has a dominant trait, so we black. Shoot, I'm black. Don't care. Hear nobody opinion on it. You're mixed, sis. You're mixed, but you're typical, white mom, biracial. You got to anchor yourself in the black community. So you got to get with the black guy. We get it. We already understand what it is. Okay. My whole thing is just have fun. But if you have bastard kids, like, I don't want to hear the pro mix shit. Just help that community. They need all the help they can get. Like, go work your job at Taco Bell or McDonald's and spend that money and help deal with the poverty rate in that community. Just go help them out. They need the help. Devin here puts, not arguing with nobody about who I am. My daddy black taught me that, nigga. So yeah, it's just a lot of the whole post that this person made was to trigger these white mom biracial females because that's their biggest competition. Not even white women. It's the white mom biracial women, the quote unquote light skin, whatever. Like that's their competition. Because remember, one of their cult leaders, Tariq Nasheed, before he did this whole Pan-African grift. I see someone wants to join the chat or the panel. My bad. I don't know who the hell you are, but you got to at least show me who you are, verify yourself in the backstage, and then I'll let you up. But yeah, Tariq Nasheed, yeah, he like, he wrote in his book, The Mac Lessons, in his fucking book, he wrote, get you a biracial woman with the white mom. And that's who he got, his partner, current partner, whatever. I think her name is Peanut. I don't know. It's he wrote this and kind of prophesized it in his book to get you a biracial with the white mom because they're easier to control. They're more feminine, shit like that. What he means by easier to control is because they're lost, confused, without an identity. They're seeking black validation. So the dark-skinned Bantu will be like, hey, I'll let you be black. I'll claim you as black. You a beautiful black sister with your white mama. I'll claim you as black, and that's kind of, very easily. My whole thing is once they're left, like, destitute with bastard kids, it's kind of funny. Like, shout out to Mulatto Mindset. He did a video recently about some, like, kind of minimal B-level actress or C-level actress. I don't know, some TikToker lady, Mulatto, who like I guess had some video credits or movie credits, and she was with this Pookie guy, dark-skinned Bantu, for like 10 plus years, and she has 4 kids, and then he ended up dumping her ass, getting some other woman pregnant, and it's like, I love stories like that. It warms my heart. And it's they're the easiest suckers to fucking fool, That continuously happens. It's funny because, like I said, even in this space, you make this type of content, you look around, you're like, how did you become a baby mama and your baby daddy's black, but yet you're proud to be biracial? Like, how did this happen? I'm just scratching my head. Like, you thought that you were going to be black by sucking black cock. I mean, that's not how it works. Maybe they fooled your little white trash mommy that way. But with you, sis, it's you should have probably kind of took some notes and realized that that's not the way to go. You don't want to hustle backwards, right? But yeah, you're going to find a lot of these people in the comments I'm noticing right now. Devin here is another one of these black dad, white mom biracials. My daddy black, so I have a right to say nigga. I have a right to be here. Like I said, shout out again to Mulatto Mindset. He did another video of some OF chick, right, Mulatto. Her whole main argument was, I have the right to say nigga because my daddy's blacker than most of y'all. And yeah, I got a white mama, That was her argument, was like, she can say nigga. It's hilarious. That's where you're getting at. Damn, that's what it all comes down to. What's up, bro? Can you hear me? Is my audio good or what?
Yeah.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah, I'm seeing it, dude. It's really a shame that we really have to fight this hard just to simply identify as what we are. And I really think this is only going to end when we, and a lot of us don't want to do this, but we have to completely detach ourselves from identifying with these monoracials, especially Brother BLK, our community, really. And I'm just going to be honest, it really doesn't help us if we culturally identify, like, if you're like half like BLK American, right? It really does not help you if you culturally identify with them, because the culture is just based on so much ignorance and this intellectualism, and you see it from the comment section. And it's just really a shame that we just keep having this battle, like, every single week, with us trying to identify as who we are.
Well,
the way they speak to us, right? They infantilize us, basically. They always have to bring up our, like, parents. Like, they don't see us as a distinct race of people. And unfortunately, too many mulattoes don't see themselves as a distinct race of people, even if they don't directly identify as black. And that really needs to change.
Yeah, I think it's changing with the younger folks, especially because if you look at older mulattoes, I get it. Yeah, shout out to like Flowers telling Stewart. She's an older mulatto. So I love her. She's like one of my biggest supporters. I really love and appreciate her wisdom and knowledge. I like Flowers telling Stewart. The Owl show's great. There's a lot of great mulattoes and mulattas who are older. I'm not the ones who are in this space. I'm not talking about them, but you have some that are kind of adjacent, but like they're still trying to wiggle in this pro-black shit with the mixed talk. And I'm like, bro, save it. Like we already been there, done that. I want to mention another thing that, yeah, like what you're saying is this full delineation from this monoracial identity, which, yeah, it's occurring right before our eyes. It's already happening. It's here. The
Right.
momentum is picking up. But also when you analyze the comments, because for me, I'm just making material and content out of this. I'm not even in their spaces like that arguing about my right to exist. I don't give a fuck if
Yeah,
these
I see
if,
it
well,
on
for me,
Facebook really, like they're just making your content and they're
yeah, if
just seeing it and just like,
yeah,
reacting to it really. And
well,
it's like they don't have to react to it, but
yeah,
they feel like threatened in a
yeah, you
way
feel threatened.
because see,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah, because see, they want to be able to race mix because they don't like what looks like them, but
yeah.
they want to absorb their mixed race offspring into their tribe.
Yeah, so you follow me on Facebook, I'm guessing. Like you notice that there no one forces them to jump on a post. So I'm in their spaces like for this instance, I'm just using them as content. But you notice, so I'm never gonna fight to be amongst their group. I figured this shit out like several years ago. Like back in 2019, I was like, okay, I gotta create my own tribe, find my own tribe because this isn't working. You're not gonna win with these people. They want power over you. The thing is, notice who's in the comments. All the several comments I read, it's biracial women with their white mama and black
Yeah,
daddy. Notice that. No, you don't see any biracial men sitting
dude,
here
they are
trying to
the
trying to
they
defend
are
their
the
right to
biggest.
exist. I'm sitting here
I
doing
hate
a
to say
video.
this.
I'm laughing like this is hilarious. I'm not trying to exist amongst these fucking losers of society.
I
And
hate
that
to say this, but a lot of women. I'm not saying all, but a lot of them are some of the biggest traitors to mulatto men. They really want to be down with the BOK
the thing is though,
community. Like,
sure, that's there's truth to it. But the thing is though, that you we could say that applies to all groups of people because
yeah,
A lot of Asian men feel like East Asians, they feel like they're female East Asian females. They're like the highest
right,
race mixers. They worship whites, right? East Indians, similar, even black women in these black male spaces, they complain about
yeah.
black women. So like the same type of like argument that a lot of men will make about that, about their female counterparts being traitors, like the
I
white guy,
noticed that.
the white guys are saying the same shit with the whole red pill MGTOW. They're saying, oh, white women and feminism and they're liberals. So like that argument's repeated amongst all these different male
I
groups.
know, I know, I
I
know,
don't,
and it's
I don't,
just a common thing because it's like
I don't want us
I'll
to
say
fall
this.
into that. I don't want us to fall into that trap. That's the whole point.
I know. Yeah, we shouldn't fall into that completely, but you can't help but kind of like just recognize the
Well, just
pattern
laugh.
there. And I
Just
think
laugh at them. Just laugh at them like I'm doing now. You look at them like when they have their bastard kids by these dark skinned pookies. Do you take them seriously? I fucking don't. And I'm not going to support their shitty business if they're making cupcakes or jewelry, whatever the fuck they're doing. I'm not going to take any advice from them. They're dumb. They make too many stupid decisions. We just
right.
have to laugh at them and have fun with it. I'm not going to hate on them. I see it for what it is. Like they
Don't
think,
hate on them. No, let them identify as whatever they want, really. But just understand it really that hey, this is the route they're choosing. That's all you can do. And I say that for any mixed race person that wants to identify as whatever. All we're saying is that it's not going to be in an easy road identifying with a group of people who will never see you as fully one of them, especially if you have to be performing to even be considered as one of them because you can't just walk into the BLK community as a mixed race mulatto person and just be civilized and proper speaking and quote unquote white adjacent with the way you act. No, 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 no. You have to be performative. You have to defend everything in the BLK community, whether it's positive, negative, whatever.
yeah, they want you to be a subordinate. Samantha here, I don't know, she's white. Ziegler, she puts same, no matter which parent. My husband is biracial, and he says all the time, if I go to a Klan rally, what you think they're gonna call me? But the thing is, why the hell would you be at a Klan rally? That's a Blackistan
Right.
talking point. And
Why
most
would
white
you be at a Klan rally? Like,
check, hey, check this out though. This is the argument. See, most whites aren't even going to be at a Klan rally. There was a point in American history 100 years ago where the Klan, because they talked about Christianity, anti-immigration, kind of like what Trump's doing right now. They had a lot of numbers. They were the largest secret society in America. Like this is back in the early 20s or that era,
Right.
100 years ago. But like even today, like most whites you talk to, do they have time to go to a Klan rally? Like really, I don't know.
No,
It's
I
a
don't.
social, it's a class thing. I mean,
No,
I think wealthy,
right. That's a
affluent.
right. That's a class thing. Like, and honestly, I don't even think a Southern or Eastern European person would ever be at a Klan rally. That's mostly those Anglo-colonial stock for whites, basically, that go to those Klan rallies.
Yeah, yeah, I think it's usually typically it's a class thing, lower. And I see these documentaries. They have these documentaries nowadays. Shout out to Cooley Cat. Appreciate you in the chat. You supported me. I appreciate you, man. Happy for you to be here. I was gonna say, like, I've seen some of these documentaries, like on National Geographic, whatever, like in the Ku Klux Klan, and like you look at the stock they have, like they got some soldiers or ex-military, whatever, in their groups, but they have a lot of dumb fuck, like broke, out of shape people that are in their ranks. And I'm looking at
Right.
that, like they don't have the smartest, wisest, fit people amongst their ranks
No,
today.
honestly,
So I'm thinking, like,
honestly, those people literally just stay in their little small towns, and it's just known, like even amongst the white people who live like near the area, they don't go there. Even like
check,
regular white people,
yeah,
you're not going to catch them
okay,
going to any town that's full of Klansmen because they're actually known as just being weirdos.
yeah, check this out, bro. Okay, so we have a black lady here, says they are both black and white. That's why it's called mixed. And then the rage baiter who made the post, she says, nah, if the mother is black, the kid is black. Check this out.
What biology is that based on?
Wakanda biology. Check this out though. Kayla right here says, nah, this is ignorant. My mom is black and my dad is white, so she's mulatto. She says, I'm biracial, I'm not black, and I'm not white. I'm not going to just shun the white side of myself when it's literally half see that. And they hate it.
Yeah,
They hate it when they have mixed men and women who have black moms who push back against their ignorant rhetoric.
right.
That
And
she
I'm
didn't get.
very happy to see that too.
That's why I love the comment. Look, you notice she didn't get that many likes. She only got 3 likes. This was 8 weeks ago. But the stupid comments, they get a bunch of likes. They get 100 likes, and these other comments, they
Yeah.
get laughing emojis, all the engagement. But hers, they just want to skip it and pass it like they didn't see it. They hate it. This mulatto woman is affirming that she's mulatto. You notice that? And then this person says, "Oh, you're extremely dumb. Go back to school." So yeah, it's probably a biracial lady who's letting her know. So yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
there's so many comments. I don't need to go through all of them. I just kind of wanted to lead with that to open up the panel, have the discussion. But I'll post that post
yeah.
in the description so you guys have access to it. But is there anything else you kind of want to chop it up and talk about? I actually have something. Shout out to Mulatto Mindset, giving him another shout out. He made a video and he talked about this pyramidal structure, this caste system within Blackistan.
Yeah,
I kind of want to get your take on this because I think this is fascinating. He made this. I agree with it,
I
but
do. Yeah,
what I
that's the way
would
they see it socially.
what I would include though, I believe the organizational structure is on point, but I would include a black woman uh, cast as well because he has black men and Pookie, so there's a delineation, right? But then he has queens at the top, which I agree, but I do believe that there is a black woman cast as well, but it would be underneath the black men, I believe so, but above the mulattoes. But the queens,
Yeah,
the ghetto queens are at the top. The ghetto pookies, they're the enforcers. He puts here the soldiers. They're the gynocratic mercenaries, enforcers. They're the sperm donors for Blackistan, right? They're the ones pumping out all the bastard kids to keep the machine going, the welfare state, Section 8, all that. So, and then they have the black men who are the ones who pay all the taxes, the cleanup guys, working class. They work the construction jobs, the factory jobs. They're the good, they're the everyday civilized black guy who's just a working man doing his job, right? So I think black women would fit within that category, but I would suspect maybe they're underneath the black men because in the black community, Yes, it's ran by the queens. Yes, it's a gynocracy, it's a matriarchy, yes, but they are the biggest black male worshippers on planet Earth. Black women are. Every other race, look at mulattas, where they're like sucking off white guys or sucking off black guys, right? Are they making
Yeah,
videos? Are they make wait, check this out. Are they making videos showing you love? But yet I have a ton of videos where I'm like glazing them, showing them love, right? Which is all good, no hate. I'm just trying to share with the public. Look at this. Asian women, we already demonstrated the biggest interracial dating kind of race mixers. They love the white guys, all this shit. East Indian, white women are even like going crazy. Like I just saw a video of this white lady from Australia. She was in Brazil complaining because some Brazilian brown guy, you know, Pardo, didn't basically kind of ghosted her, wanted to mess with some other chicks. So white women are getting freaky with all these other groups of males. The only demographic who is the most male obsessed and loyal to their male counterpart are these black queens. They are black, dark-skinned black male worshippers. That's why these dark skins commit crimes. They have cults. They're evil. Not saying all. I'm just generalizing, but I'm saying like the P
yeah,
Diddy and the R Kelly and this type of shit. Even Kendrick Lamar, who beats up his mixed race baby mama, but they still love and glaze Kendrick, you know. And it's like,
exactly.
what other community do you see that in? Like these other women aren't worshiping the males the same way that these dark-skinned black females are. So it's interesting. So I
No,
would
they're not.
suspect that you have black men here, which is the caste 3, that you would have black women underneath that caste. And then and then underneath the black women, you have the mulatto biracials, right? And they need protection from black women and the queens on top. So that's why they have to, you know, basically get with black guys to get that protection. But for sure, the mulatto males are at the bottom of the pyramid. You already see the structure. That's why we sit here and laugh. Like, if you participate in any of this shit, just make sure they pay you. You get some laughs, get some engagement, get your social media popping or something. But don't live next to them. If you want to have a stress-free life, like try your best to get the fuck away from them because yeah, you already see it for what it is. What's your thoughts on the caste system, bro? Because I kind of blabbed a lot.
Honestly, yeah, I think that that's pretty accurate for the most part. The only thing is, I would actually say that the black women might be above the black men, and it's mostly because it's
That's
like
fair.
what you
That's
said,
fair.
it's just a complete gynocracy, and the black men who pay all other taxes, work, and do all of that shit, they're kind of looked down upon, really. And I know this because I used to identify as black for a long time, and it just always seemed like the dark skinned Pookie was just above like black. I mean, but was just above black men, in every way, pretty much.
Yeah, because
Is
they
is
terrorize.
what I would say.
Think of it this way: how is it that there's all this crime and violence, and they terrorize the damn community? Everyone knows where they at. Everyone knows
Right.
what corners they hang out at, what spots, but everyone just kind of leaves them alone because they're the enforcers of the kind of matriarchy. Because the Quang
Yeah.
can call on the Pookie to go run up on someone and shit. You know what, I heard a story. I remember this was during the 2020, the what they call that, the bug virus. Okay, during 2020, they were telling everyone wear a mask, wear a mask. There was a security guard, black man, who his job was to tell people at the Dollar General. He was like, hey, you know, make sure you put on your mask before you go in here. The black queen didn't like it. She didn't like it. She didn't like the guy's tone, a black man just doing his job. So she went out to her car and there was a couple of black Pookie thugs, maybe her brother or boyfriend, whatever. She told them, hey, check this fool. They had a big argument and they ended up deleting the guy. That is a clear example of how this shit plays out. You always have
Yeah.
these Pookies. That's what I'm saying. It's a cultural thing, man. When I see it, I just stay away from them. They're all emotional creatures. No good's gonna come out of it. Okay,
Dude,
they get shit
dude,
on and pissed on by whites and Indians and fucking Mexicans. They smile in the face of all these other races, but if they see another black person or a black adjacent person, a mixed person who challenges them, they can't accept it. They hate themselves so much they want to fight you. But they get punked by these fucking Mexicans. That's why I have no respect for them. Their political leadership, their community, their neighborhood. It's a complete fucking disaster shithole. As a mulatto man with some dignity and pride, You can't associate with them. They get punked by these
No, you
fucking
can't.
whites and these fucking Mexicans. How do you let these other people who you claim to be stronger and superior, how do you let them come up in here and like disrespect you and shit? You support their business, but they don't support yours. You have these pussy mulattoes, this caste one, the menstrual mulattoes at the bottom, who still want to support these motherfuckers. I laugh at it, especially where I come from, Southern California. I've been analyzing this shit for years before I started blabbing my mouth.
Yeah,
I was like, this is
yeah.
hilarious. Why do you
Fucking yo, bro. Those,
why do you want to lose with them? Why? See, they want to trick you and make you think you don't have another option. But go ahead.
bro, honestly, you know, like when black dudes say, "Oh, you know, light skinned dudes are weak, soft, effeminate, or whatever," they're not really talking about us. Sometimes they're talking about these black identified minstrel mulattoes who, you know what I mean, they get smacked in the face by Pookie, and they still want to say, "I'm black like you," and sit up and act and dress like them, and they'll come into our spaces, try to hold domain over us because they know if they go into the black spaces trying to hold domain, they're, you know, they're getting told shut the fuck up, basically.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a pretty bizarre situation. But again,
Yeah, it really is.
I got to take the role as kind of the bad guy to kind of provide some clarity. And I know people appreciate that. I've been able to kind of amass a following to my standards.
I know,
Just
good
by
job.
comparing kind of notes and letting people see, hey, this is you got to question your reality or circumstances. Are you getting the best deal out of this? You know, this is complete madness. Look at this pyramidal structure. Like you see this, we analyze this. Like what self-respecting mulatto man wants to identify as black? And like I said, in 2026, this year,
No
like
fucking tangible for it.
what do you have to show for it? Some of them get their social media popping. They got a bunch of followers, I guess, and they can get paid or something like that. I guess I don't know. To me, like, okay, that's all there is to it. But what about your soul? Like, are you being true to yourself? Do you wake up in the morning and say, you know what, I did something good? Okay, I gave a mulatto some confidence. Okay, I stuck up for this person, this mulatto who felt, ostracized and put on the sidelines. I let them know, hey, you're not alone. You got someone that's looking out for you. Like they can't say that. They can't say that. They got to perform for monoracial
Right.
acceptance. So yeah,
Yeah, it's really just a shame for the most part that they feel as if they have to perform for like monoracial acceptance. And then on top of that, man, you have a lot of these white parents that want to sit up and then enforce that sort of mentality that they're black and try to teach their kid about blackness. But it's like, look, you don't know about blackness, so just teach your kid culturally what you know and just let them choose whatever side they want to culturally identify with. But don't try to tell them that they are black people because they're not going to be fully accepted as black people, and they're going to be put under this sort of caste system.
Yeah, and the programming is very like subtle and I guess subliminal or subconscious level. How mulattoes, men specifically, and ladies, women are maneuvered within this pyramidal structure. And you're right, I've seen white women, white moms, and they're biracials, and they see because
Yeah,
they're trying to protect white purity and their social status within the structure and like the white society, so they'll
yeah,
acknowledge, they're stupid enough to say that, oh, my child's black. I had one on Facebook say that. Like they'll publicly say that their white genes are weak and that if they mix with a black person, the child's just black. They'll gladly say their white genes are weak. They'll act stupid. But because they have a double thing there, they want to maintain power and white purity. They still want a protected status. So if anything doesn't work out with the black guy who's around there and they have mixed kids, they still want to dabble into white society and still have that kind of privilege, so to speak. I see a lot of that shit.
I
They want
know,
to
and it's
protect white.
really really sad too.
They're monoracial, see, and they'll use their mulatto mixed offspring as kind of proxies and tools in a lot of ways. Unfortunately,
Yeah, man. And it's just like some of them, it's just like some of these whites who do this type of shit, some of them might just try to raise the kid as like black because they legit feel ashamed that they are white and they are descendants of colonizers. I kid you not. They legit will, try to raise their kid as quote unquote black for that reason. And this is why I honestly say, I think mulattoes, and even though this is hard and I don't know if I can personally do it, but I will say this does need to happen. Like mulattoes really need to start raising other mulattoes eventually. That needs to happen.
Right. It's always been happening as well. It's just the over the past 60 years since the civil rights kind of era, really nowadays they're really shaming you hard now for doing that.
Uh-huh.
Like the MGM couples, like you have Prince, you have a bunch of like popular artists. I don't even know their names. Like, yeah, Zoe Kravitz is a famous one, but there's a bunch of others. I think Pebbles, she's an 80s like R&B pop star. I made a video short about her. Like she's MGM. You have plenty of MGMs. Cory Booker, the politician and the senator in New Jersey. You have a ton of MGMs, right? So like you've always had mulattoes mixing with mulattoes, but
Yeah.
nowadays a lot of blacks are shaming this, like because they want to control your ass. Like shout out to the dude Pariah Disciple. He made a video. It was with two biracials. It was the gentleman Tyreek Withers, and he was with Chase Infinity, and they're both dating. I guess they're both mulattoes, right? And they're
I
both
know.
dating.
Oh, I've
And
seen that.
you look at the comments, there's a lot of blacks who are like, well, you guys are just white anyways. Two biracials getting together, you're gonna have a white baby. So you see how they try to shame and gatekeep and like mate guard. They essentially want to mate guard mulattoes from dating each other. They've been doing this a lot lately, the past several decades. I think, like I said, but throughout history, you've always had mulattoes hooking up, and that they're always going to have that naturally. But it's like they're really ramping this shit up now, right? And my whole thing is like, you look at that community, look at the numbers, 75+% out of wedlock birth rates. I can pull up a chart, but it's like a lot of the biracials women who fuck around in that community, they kind of add to that statistic. They end up being a baby mama. And I'm like, you're contributing to that 75+%. Like, that's not a good thing. Like we need respectable parents who are gonna like
Right.
look
We
out
need
for their family.
marriages. Like we need like traditional families again, really, because I mean the mulatto communities in the past, that's how they work. They actually had traditional families. That's like the only way that you can honestly keep a society going is with that sort of structure.
Yeah, no doubt. And then we also had institutions that would preserve and protect our interests, right? Like the Brown Fellowship Society and
Right.
yeah, the Blue Vein Society, et cetera, which they, again, they try to demonize and shame because they're not members or they can't access it. Whenever we cut off access to them, I'm gonna make
I
a video
know.
about this on my Patreon. Make a video like whenever you cut off access to them, they're gonna demonize you for that. But yet
Oh, you want to know something?
they want to exclude
Oh, you
you
want?
though, but they don't want
Oh,
you to
you want to
exclude.
know something, Vanguard? Yo,
Yeah, yeah.
Vanguard. Yo, you want to know something? They said the same thing about the Louisiana Creoles. I remember there was this one senator. He's a black guy. His name's like Tim something. I think Tim Scott. He said that the Louisiana Creoles were inbreeding because they didn't want to mix with like blacks, and it's like that's a complete lie because Louisiana Creoles have no issue mixing with Cajuns, and Louisiana Creole itself, that's an ethnicity. That's not even like a race.
They're mixed
Like you have
race.
some
Yeah.
Louisiana Creoles that are like straight white,
Well,
so
they're
they
yeah,
wouldn't even
mostly
have to
white with like
inbreed.
admixture. Yeah, yeah. No, yeah, you have Tim Scott. You also had Philip Scott push that conspiracy. You know, the African Dysphoria Network. Oh,
Oh,
go ahead.
that's who it was. Philip Scott. Never mind, not Tim Scott.
Yeah,
Philip
because
Scott.
Tim
Okay.
Scott's a Republican politician. So yeah, Philip Scott, that the Black Diaspora Network guy. Yeah, I did a review on that like over a year ago, where he's like, oh, they want to maintain their color and shit, but yet he's with like a white Mexican, whatever, Hispanic. He has kids that are lighter than him. It's
Oh my
hypocrisy.
god.
It's dark skinned Bantu bullshit, bro. And no
Oh
one wants
my
to call it
god,
out for what
dude.
it is. They want access
That's
to
crazy,
you,
man. They
but they
want,
try to shame you.
bro.
Yeah.
They don't want anything that legit looks like them. Just look at Marcus Garvey, dude. He was with a mulatto, but he didn't like mulatto people.
Yeah, and the guy, the Philip Scott, he has a large platform. No one really pushes back. Like I said, he's saying, shout out, he says, this is a gross defamation, defaming of character of people. Yeah, man. Philip Scott went out there and said, even his grandma told him, oh, don't trust those yellow people, those Creoles. There's a lot of inbreeding because they want to maintain their color. They spread these lies, man, like that. Crazy. And then
I
these
know.
people, they're like basically hooked up with non-black people, yet they're grifting off black people's misery and shit, getting donations and money from black people so they can give it to their Mexican partner. This is the community,
Exactly.
the community. Again, look at the 75+% or 72, okay, at the top there. Single motherhood rate by race ethnicity in the United States. You got Hispanic in number 2, 43%. You got white, like a quarter, about 24, 25%. You got Asian at the bottom. You look at these numbers, you're like, a lot of mulattoes are contributing to this as well. They become baby mamas. Like, you want to be cool, but you want to
Yeah.
be. And there's a lot of mulattoes I know in some places where it's like, yeah, they get with Hispanic guys and then they end up as baby mamas too. Um,
Of course, man. Yeah, the mestizo basically does the same thing that the Negro does. Oh, and
yeah, they
by the
act just
way,
like them. Yep. Yeah, they act
and
just like
I
them. They
brought
call
this up right to
it.
some mestizos. I brought this up to some Hispanics I talked to. Right, I literally told them, I'm like, bro, statistically, you guys date out more than the the Negro male does, and they did not want to believe it, dude. Like just look it up. Like statistically, like mestizo men marry white women at a higher rate than than but black dudes. As soon as they get money, they literally do not want anything that looks like them. And I've seen this because I went to high school with several people that were white and mestizo.
Yeah, that's a trip, man. You heard of the kind of new archetype they have for them? They call it the Edgar. You heard of that? The mestizo, the Edgar. It's like a new archetype people have developed within the blogosphere of this kind of hood
Yeah,
persona, ghetto persona, fucking bowl cut, haircut, Edgar type of caricature, you know?
right.
But yeah,
Like
it's because
they're
they want to act like
basically
blacks. They want to act like blacks. They want to try to like dunk on mulattoes and shit. And I'm one dude out here saying I'm not gonna fucking put up with it. Yeah, all your little
right.
biracial baby mamas and bitch ass mulattoes who suck off bantus, there's not enough of them, and they don't have a big enough army, or they're not well equipped to come fucking try me. Because I'm gonna punk all of them, and I'm gonna do it one by one, and that's it. I'm still gonna be here. I'm not going anywhere. I've been kind of a little slow with the content, whatever, because I'm doing a lot of shit. But I find it interesting. I find it interesting. We only have several mulatto men out here who are really pushing back against these narratives that people on social media want to tarnish our reputation and really try to challenge us. I mean, you got only a handful of us dudes out here who are pushing back, and I got a lot of respect for these men. But we definitely need more. I don't know if you got a YouTube channel, bro, but now's the time. You need to start one. Start making some content.
Yeah, but I think I'm gonna start one, man. I think I'm gonna start one like pretty soon. Really, I'm just
It
trying
sounds like you have a
just
lot to
to
say.
think of some content. Really, yeah, but because people are literally just like getting paid left and right from like talking about us, and enough
They're too
is enough.
comfortable.
Really,
They're too comfortable talking about us without any pushback. And it goes beyond the social media shit. This is in IRL. And you see this in the work environment, wherever you go, you dwell at. And people really think they can get uppity with us and like challenge us. And,
I
oh,
know.
you don't have a tribe. You don't have an identity. Nobody's got your back. And they're going to team up with blacks and shit to try to punk you. And I'm sitting here like, how the fuck did this happen? All these mulattoes throughout history help these blacks. But now you got blacks working with Hispanic, mestizos, and whites to try to undermine mulattoes who are scratching our head. And it goes back to this damn pyramid structure that we showcased, where there is, in fact, a hierarchy within Blackistan. And you mulatto men are at the motherfucking bottom. It's about time you do something about that, unless you're okay. You're okay with that position, being a subordinate menstrual activist. I know you men are not okay with that. You're not okay with that. You're looking and searching for answers. I don't claim I have all of them. Like I said, I'm just a dude with a microphone, internet connection, and some fucking balls and a nasty attitude. And this is what I provide here for you guys. You like it or you don't, it doesn't matter. There's going to be more men who hear my voice. They're going to get encouraged and they're going to start speaking up as well. That's it. It's already working. It's in full effect. The momentum is going to continue to build. It says, what percentage of indigenous DNA do most mulattoes have? I have zero indigenous DNA, but maybe if I do another test, I could go to another source. But one of the tests that I did take, ancestry.com, it showed zero with me as far as indigenous. And you put 10 max is allowed. Oh, he's talking about the kind of gatekeeping component. Yeah. And you put mulattoes are 100% indigenous. I don't know about that. Yeah, I guess he's talking about, he's saying allow. He's talking about the admixture kind of requirement. Yeah, there's definitely people, and I appreciate that have a kind of a structure to their and guidelines and structure to what we're really kind of trying to achieve. You have to have some rules, parameters, some criteria, because if you don't, you're going to have the fucking golden sphere, a bunch of fucking, exotical, mulattical baby mamas and their fucking black simps who pretend to be mixed, complete shit show. No one's really challenging the narratives. They just want to talk crap about other mixed people. And I guess in a sense, people could say, well, you're talking crap about mixed people here too, mulatto vanguard. Really? Only those who are willing subordinates. Let's put it that way. Because you see the pyramidal structure. I didn't make this, graph here or diagram, but I agree with it. And it's for sure like the caste at the bottom, you have these mental mulattoes, like their way, it's this merit based in that community. But they have to, like through activism, they have to fight, overcompensate, and fight everyone's battles just to get access to the menstrual mulatto or to the black woman. Like some of the females at the top, because if that menstrual mulatto gets with the white chick, he's not even a part of that group. Like that's why Colin Kaepernick, they completely threw him under the bus, because they're like, well, your partner's like Egyptian mixed, she's not even black, whatever, blah, blah, blah. So they completely threw his ass under the bus. But a lot of these mulattoes who are these activist types, they have to get with a black partner. You see like a Sean King, his partner's black. These elder mulattoes, right? They get reabsorbed in a black monolith. They got to get black partners. That's kind of how it works. Even Dr. Claude Anderson kind of got some flack because his partner's mulatto. He comes from a lineage, MGM mulatto lineage, right? Where that really did exist. But, so some people try to kind of throw shots at him in the super pro blacks and shit. They start to question. They don't trust you. A mulatto and a mulatta, and you're together. They don't trust you. I've seen these comments on social media several years ago before I even started making this mulatto content. See, that's why my reality, like I'm doing this now, making this content, just from analyzing social media, I would see the comments, the videos, and what people were saying. And I just put two and two together and realize, oh shit, we need to have our own spot. Like it's not safe for you over there, right? They're literally plotting against you, and they look at you as being kind of an agent. And they're literally saying they don't trust you. You got a white mom. They don't trust you. If you're a light-skinned mixed person with a mixed partner, they don't trust you. We're like, wait, what? They want your existence to be a subordinate. You have anything to say about that? You seem kind of quiet. Are you taking a break or what? Yeah, you taking a break. You're eating some pizza or some shit. I don't know what you're doing. It's all good. Let me check out some of these comments here, and then I'm going to kind of keep it pushing because I'm not going to be here up all night. Appreciate you guys tuning in. I got to get up early, go to work. And I just wanted to hop up on here and share some stuff with you guys. You got, John Henry Clark claimed him as black. Shout out to you, DC, for the links. I can't really click the links directly in my StreamYard, but I'll check the links out later, and I'll check them out. But thank you as always, DC. Appreciate you. On a black show, I heard they claim Alexander Dumas was black. But I think he's actually mixed. Exactly. When we look into history, matriarchal culture are always defeated by patriarchal cultures. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, the matriarchal cultures, they don't really advance that well with technology and weaponry. The patriarchal ones have more force, more, their militaries are stronger, they're more aggressive, and they have more advanced technology. And they overpower the matriarchal ones. Yeah. I have a question, Vanguard. Do you see The Machiavellian tactics in the black demographic that's getting worse. I'm afraid for them as the more they are, the more they deep. Yeah, it's so bad. You just got to get away from them. You got to let them kind of suffer in their own sorrow because it can't be fixed. But yeah, misery loves company, so they want to drag you down there with them. And yeah, the Machiavellian and it's just like the power play and the scamming and the baby mama culture and all this the baby trapping and hood booger shit. It's not looking good. It's not good. You got to get out, get away. People use the past and peer pressure to influence people to think. I never think about the Klan or what they think exactly. And I think most people don't even think it's like a small niche secret society. And they're like they call themselves the invisible empire. Like they're not making themselves like known to the public anyways. They're in secret. That's the whole point. So it's like, why the fuck am I thinking about them? Like they're always going to exist. They've been existing in secret, but like that's not my reality. I'm not trying to go hang out where they're at. Like they live in fear and they want you to live in fear, and that's the issue there. You said here, Ralph series says, I'm mulatto and I don't want my daughter bringing home black guys when I have one. I'm going to have to sit down and have a talk with her. Think about the ancient Romans and the Sabian wedding. This is material that don't matter. No matter what box you decide to check, we are all being erased at a biomolecular level. Much love and wisdom. I saw a Bantu posting meme of Kendrick as a field Negro and Drake as a house slave getting whipped by Kendrick. If Drake had used slave imagery on the same picture, they would have a hissy fit. Yeah, I seen that image too. They shared that a few times, like replying to me. But the thing about that is, it's like I think they feel like they're justified in using that image, which is clearly kind of racist, right? Which they're Black Americans, so yeah, they are racist. They learned it from their white massa. As you're mulatto, biracial, you know that. They feel like they're justified because that one lyric that Drake had in his song "Family Matters," saying that Kendrick is trying to rap to trying to get the slaves free. So they have a big issue with that because he's poking fun at them, their fragile ego. So they feel like they're justified, right? And they make that meme of in the cotton field and shit. Yeah. But that's their hero. That's the best they got in the market. That's the best they could do. A Jewish controlled little short black puppet. That's the best they can do. Kendrick, right? Tariq Queen Boulay, only a certain type agent gonna deal with that. In the video, he admitted he asked women about their background, who's mixed in their family. You would think Tariq wouldn't be such a hypocrite since that video of him saying, get a mulatto with the white mom is still on the internet. Yeah, the video is easy to find. Yeah, there's people who've covered it plenty of times. And a lot of Black women will always kind of bring that up as well. That's his reputation. I mean, before he did the pro-Black grift, he was doing the whole Mac lessons and the pimping and the pickup artist. He was part of the whole red pill pickup artist kind of grift, trying to tell these
He still doesn't want to marry anything that looks like him. Do you notice that?
Yeah, no, there's a video. He recently was talking shit about Drake, saying, oh, that's that light skin shit. You lost a rap battle, and so you want to sue. That's that light skin shit.
Your freaking wife is light skinned. What are you talking about?
Bro, he's got 2 sons, 2 boys that are light skinned. He has 2 grift kids because he has kids with that mulatto. His kids are lighter than him. And he talks shit about that dark skin, calling him crispy, the guy, Tommy Sotomayor.
Yeah, I'm familiar.
Sotomayor. Yeah, I call him Sotomayor, dark skin guy. And Tariq talks shit, calls him crispy and shit. But then Tariq talks shit about Drake, saying that's that light skin shit. You weak. You want to sue, rap battle, but he's got light skinned kids. See, like, how can you ever take any authority or leadership from these savages when they show their ass? Like, you just have to make money off of them. Or they can dance, entertain. Tariq's stupid. He's not funny. He's a dumb imbecile, limited vocabulary. That's kind of shitty for Tariq. I mean, he has the ghetto audience, the ghetto Black Americans, the FBAs. They fuck with Tariq. But none of the logical, smart Black people listen to that weak shit, that grifter, pro-act shit. He has a bunch of idiots and ghetto hood boogers who follow his shit, you know? So his comedy, his shtick, I guess, they think it's cool or whatever, or cute, but he's not funny. He's not even funny. So that's the thing. But I don't know. I don't know, bro. I'm just looking at some of these comments, and I'm gonna probably head out of here in a minute.
All right, man. All right, all right. See you, Vanguard. It was good talking to you,
Yeah,
man.
you want to? Yeah, man. I just want to encourage you to start a channel, bro. If you mulatto identified, you know, make some
Yeah,
videos.
I might as well do that. Yeah, because I definitely have quite a bit to talk about, like with this subject, just all in all, really. And I definitely do think there does need to be more mulatto content creators, and I wouldn't mind being one of them, really. And we're really starting to get noticed heavily, if you notice, because I think even Mindset said that even in like DC, they're heavily paying attention to us.
Yeah, yeah, no doubt. I mean, there's a whole entire intelligence apparatus, analyzing our material, even shadow banning us or we don't get the reach. Because there's a lot of stupid content out here that gets like a lot of reach. How is it that like the video that I did that like on my channel that got the most views on my other channel, I think it was talking about some other mulatto guy who'd kind of was starting to get pussy and like tried me. So I made a response video to him. It got like 3,000 views on my other channel. Just kind of got left.
Oh
But see,
shit!
like but my mulatto history, I just uploaded a video today about Ona Judge. My mulatto history channel is kind of struggling, but then again, I'm not really like promoting it or up. I'm not like consistent with it really at this point. I just kind of started that one as like a backup because these fucking biracial baby mamas were like flagging my shit, flagging my channel.
Really?
Yeah, man. Like there were some
Yo,
biracial.
biracial baby mamas. Yo, they was that mad. Well, I guess they don't want you talking about their dark skinned kinds, huh?
Yeah, that's what it was, bro. Like they're just trying to find a seat at the table in Blackistan, and I was checking these whores, man. I was clowning the fuck out of them, and they started trying to like flag my shit, encouraging their little gay audience to like flag my shit. So at that point, I was like, okay, let me create this mulatto history channel. Let me kind of create a backup shit. But no, as of late, I haven't been as like consistent with the channel. I'm looking at my recent upload on my mulatto history channel. It's 5 hours ago I uploaded it. It's historical mulatto figure on a judge. Only 32 views. No one's trying to watch that shit. They don't want to learn the mulatto history. See, they'll rather watch me talk shit about people or something. No, oh, let me tune in. Let me try to see what he says that I can use against him. Get a gotcha moment. Like, fuck all you fucking whores. If I'm still here talking shit, you're not gonna ever get rid of me. They gotta lie on my name the same way they do with Drake. They gotta make shit up,
Oh
false
man.
narrative. They gotta lie on me, to try to get me up out of here. But like, it's crazy. I do, yeah, the positive, I guess, content, if you
Yeah,
will.
man. Like, dude, you're like the biggest mulatto channel, man. So you're definitely gonna get a lot more flack than like a lot
Yeah,
of other mulatto content creators.
because I'm inspiring people. I'm inspiring men. These men are creating their channels. These men are creating, and I'm inspiring men, and they're fearful of that. That's why they really got to go with the false allegations, the smear campaigns to try to defame me, because they want to destroy this momentum. They see the consciousness is growing. The consciousness is growing. People are being motivated, the men and the women. People realize, oh wait, this guy has my back. This guy speaks for me. He represents me. They vibe with the message. They're fearful of that. They want to keep you trapped as an identityless minority within the Black community. They don't want you to embrace being a mulatto. They don't want you to have your own autonomy. This is real shit. This is very real.
Yeah.
And so they're fearful of you guys organizing, getting together, and yeah, it's real.
Yeah, man. Like when some mixed race activists back in like the late '90s, early 2000s, legit tried to push for you know a mixed race category. Guess who were the main people that had a huge issue with it? And dude wrote a whole book about it. It was like the okay people, and I don't want to be like political, but it was these left wing organizations like the NAACP, and these are ran by other mulattoes, mind you. So it's like we're just fighting enemies on all fronts, even from people who literally look like us, man.
Yeah, the crazy thing is some of my biggest ops, I would say, is not monoracial, like black or white. It's been other mulattoes who, either like just some ego shit or whatever, head mulatto in charge thing, or just simp patrol. You have a lot of incel simp mulattoes who they'll work with biracial baby mamas, right? They'll work with them to try to like hate on another mulatto man. There's been a
Yeah,
lot of that
because they want fucking sexual access to
to
these
leftover.
biracial baby mamas that are leftovers from
Yeah,
black men.
they don't want decent, respectable women. They want women with fucking criminal records and 7 mugshots and shit, or these random internet personalities. You don't even know what the hoe looks like. You had
Yeah,
some guy who I'm serious, bro. Some guy who tried to go crazy at me. Like I said, I did a video on him. It got a bunch of views, and that dude still shook. He's been clout chasing me for a minute, but like this dude was simping for an internet personality. All she did was have an avatar on her image. You don't know what the hell she looks like. You don't know who she is. You just hear her voice in a little profile picture. And this guy was simping for her, trying to go at me. I'm like, bro, you're gonna lose. And you can do
what
your
the
little,
hell?
you know, you can have some old dude hold mitts and pads for you, bro, and that's cool, but you're still gonna fucking lose fucking with me. And yeah, it was embarrassing.
Oh my god, bro, that's insane, man. And
Well, you run into these people, man. Like there's this Mexican, Blaxican guy. He's mad that I'm going to Brazil and I made a connection with the Pardo lady in Brazil, who's one of
oh,
the
he
biggest.
is.
Yeah, man. There's a dude out there who's mad. Oh, you're going to all these different countries and stuff, and you're not doing nothing in America. Yet all these mulatto men in America are listening to my shit. They're inspired to make content. We have petitions going around. We're talking about mulatto meetups. All of a sudden, because I'm traveling, I'm not doing anything in America. According to this Blaxican incel guy, you got a lot of these fucking weirdos and freaks that kind of navigate within the space who like you have that's what you have. Like they want to compete with other males or they get envious or something. And it's like, why can't you just start up your own shit and connect with people? This is social media. The whole point is to build a
Yeah,
following.
man. All this fucking beef and shit really, it's just gonna really tear us apart from like the inside out. And the thing is I'm a very friendly guy, really, so I don't, what I mean, intend to really be for anything with people. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if I have an issue, like with you or what you said, I just address you directly. And what I mean, if we don't mess with each other anymore, then we just don't. I don't gotta do an expose or anything on you. No, like we're just not talking. That's literally it. But some people take it further than that. They want to try to dox you or they want to try to expose you. It's really, really petty.
Yeah, there's a lot of that pettiness because people can hide, behind their accounts and shit like that. There's a lot of that. Yeah, and the troll shit too. You got to realize there's people out here who pretend to be kind of like for a cause or something, but they're just trolls. And there's always been
Yeah,
trolls, anonymous trolls, right? But they're watching right now. They're listening. They're screen recording. They're trying to get their receipts. They have all these receipts, but yet, like, what are they doing with the receipts? They're building their platform using me, like, but my platform's growing too, so it's kind of like ineffective. But thanks for being a fan or a sycophant, whatever. It's bizarre. You just run into people with weird mental illness and bizarre people in this kind of grand, open, public platform. It's like you can't control or curate. I mean, that's why I kind of pushed the Patreon, why I kind of started it. I was like, at least let me get some coins out of this. Let me have like a paywall where people who are dedicated, who want a more intimate kind of, curated, conversation can kind of join that spot. And I have a good people within my Patreon. And of course, I want to grow it as well. But even with the personnel I have in the Patreon, I really appreciate their support, mulatto identified. And that's kind of the goal. But yeah, with a public platform like YouTube or whatever, TikTok, you just a bunch of trolls. You have weirdos, incels, fucking freaks, baby mamas who run up in there and want to fuck the shit up. And it's, what are you going to do? I don't know, man.
yeah. What are you really gonna do about it, man? Other than really just keep on doing your thing. And if and if YouTube doesn't work out, I mean, there's alternative sites too. You know, some more explicit content. I think you've used it before. I forgot like what the site's called, but some like alt right people like use it really. I forgot like what is it called? It's like an alternative site to YouTube because sometimes YouTube likes to really censor and can't
They
really
have
make
Kick.
a lot of money off of it sometimes.
Yeah, they got streaming platform like Kick. They got this Rumble
Yeah,
platform.
kick,
Yeah.
rumble. Yep, kick, rumble. So there's always backups for that type of stuff, really. And it's just people don't really want to be honest. And when I noticed that when you talk to certain people and you throw facts at them, they just want to use anecdotal experiences or try to universalize their own personal e- experience and substitute that for actual concrete facts and evidence, really. And if you're doing that, then it's really going to be hard for me to even like fuck with you on any level.
Yeah, I think for me, the big issue I see here and with social media, like even with the posts that I analyze on Facebook, is people think they can speak for us and about us for our lived experiences. And it's our job to challenge and correct
I
that. Like, no,
know.
we have our own voices here, our own experiences. We can't allow monoracials to speak for us. We can't. And there's a lot of people who might, because I'm very outspoken and assertive, okay? And there's people who don't like me or my delivery. You said a word I don't like. You sound like you're anti-black or racist. Good, go fuck yourself. I don't care. You go start your channel and you go speak in how you like to speak it in your creative space. But they criticize me and they're upset with the fact that people fuck with me. There's people around the world. I shout out to I think it's I got people around the world who fuck with me. I got dudes from South Africa and Brazil and all that who mess with the content. I think people are upset with that. They see that there's a lot of mulattoes
Yeah, man.
who mess with me from the UK and everywhere. So my whole thing is I tell people like if you don't, I know you're not gonna like my message or my delivery, but like you can start a channel or there's other people who you can tune into, etc. Like it's all good. We need more of us, like because we need a diversity of thought as well, and the type of content. We need more of us to create this material, and that's kind of the
We
big.
really do need more of us. And the
There's
thing
not
is,
enough.
this though, like if we let's say if we wanted to start, I'm not saying that we can do this right at this moment, but just in the future, like let's say if we ever really wanted to start a community, because there's going to be more of us. You know what I'm saying? There has to be like mulatto families because like mindset said really like we can't just start the community like with a bunch of them dudes because the average mulatto period, if you just try to call yourself mulatto or you call them mulatto, they're gonna get offended. So that's definitely something that what I mean. Like we have to like rectify, especially when we just have all these people who just simply identify as biracial, but not identifying as mulatto. And I'm going to be honest, this is going to be like incorrect. I'm not dissing anybody who simply identifies as biracial, like that's a start. But you have to identify as mulatto specifically because that lets them know that you are your own race. When you identify as biracial, it kind of gives the monoracials ammunition to kind of dehumanize and infantilize you as just something that came out of a black person fucking a white person. That's why I even say in person that I am mulatto.
Yeah, it's about claiming autonomy because when you claim mulatto, it's the fusion of European African. It's the wholeness, the oneness. It's a recognized racial category that's respected by Europeans, Latinos, Arabic people around the globe. There's history there. As you said, if you call yourself biracial, they already know that you're kind of divided and split, and they can attack your white side, they can attack your black side. They'll play these games with you, this binary game to attack you from different angles to split you up. They want you like, and that's what they say, like, oh, split personality, you're confused. They want you pushing that biracial shit so they can attack you
Right,
from different sides. When you say you're mulatto, like they're gonna get very angry and fearful because they know you're firm, you're solid in your wholeness, you're grounded in your personhood
right,
and autonomy. You're backed by literature, history, like you're a people, you're a person, you're whole. You're the creation, the fusion of European and African. And they're very fearful of that. They don't, you're still considered black. They'll say that you're, and even the racist whites will be like, well, you're still, no, because the racist whites are scared of you more than the monoracial black because they know you're half white. Whites are fearful of other whites because of technology, strategy. They look at you as a threat. And you look at historically, even in Haiti, these rebellions where these mulattoes led these rebellions to challenge
Right.
white power. Even Carthage,
Right.
even Hannibal and Carthage in Rome, when he marched
Right.
into Rome, right? You had these mulatto generals, even the French Revolution, Chevalier, and like I said, the Haitian Revolution, Jean Zombie, Andre Rigaud, these mulatto men, okay, who can organize other white men and black men, other mulattoes, and can compete for power in society. So don't get it twisted. Historically looking at it, a lot of the whites are very fearful of mulattoes. So they'll try to one drop you and that you're just a black, you're just an N word or something like that. Like you smile and laugh, and they know the drill. They'll team up with the dark skin any day because they know they're subordinates to white power and authority, where the mulatto man is not. The mulatto man competes for power, especially over here. That's what we do over here.
Exactly. And you want to know like what else they're very like fearful of is because they have to strictly, and see, people don't really know this. They have to strictly procreate directly with each other to create one of them. That doesn't really work for mulattoes because I mean mulattoes can literally procreate with rifts or quadroons and still
Yes.
create mulattoes.
Yes, sir.
You know, like, so that's one thing that they're afraid of, really. So inevitably our numbers are going to, I mean, to keep on procreating, especially as long as they keep trying to call us be okay, because there's still, I mean, let's just face it, the West really has a beauty standard for lighter skin. So you still have mulattoes procreating with other mulattoes or lighter skinned people.
Yeah, I mean, even in the UK, these Western nations, United Kingdom, you have Olivia Dean, and in United States, you have like Chase Infinity. You see these mulatto women that have getting all the attention, the spotlight and stuff. It's like, yeah, the beauty standard is the light skin, like mulatto. And then for the men as well, like we dominate in sports and we're still considered a beauty standard. So it's there's no shortage of
Right. I mean, right. And you want to know something? Like, I kid you not. Now, mind you, I don't think that this happens. Now, this might be kind of off topic, but I don't think that this happens to most white men, right? But every single white mulatto man that I've spoken to has some story of being like stalked or sexually harassed by a white female, literally. That right there is one reason why the Anglo man really fears you if you go into his spaces. That is, I mean, I'm not trying to sound like everything is just about sex, but I'm saying that's one reason, because if you hear these white nationalists, they're always protective of the white female. They talk about these brown and black people are, raping the white female. They're doing this to the white female. And with mulattoes, they fear us more than the dark skinned Bantu, because not only, I mean, are we physically capable, but we're, I mean, look, we're just as intelligent as the white man too. And then on top of that, like with that experience, that's also another reason why they fear us.
Yeah, we have the physical and mental capabilities to compete with them. And not only that, the cultural kind of socialization, because we were raised by have a white parent in white society. So we understand their strategies and tactics. We've studied them from birth, and they fear that because they know at a biological level, when a dark skinned Bantu walks in a room, they don't know what the hell's going on. They're skinning and grinning, smiling, trying to get white approval. When a mulatto man walks in a room and we study, we analyze who is who, their movements, etc., they're very fearful. They know biologically we're different. We're hardwired differently. We're raised differently. They're fearful of that. And I have all
Right.
this evidence I'm going to share. It's going to be on my Patreon, one of my next uploads. I keep kind of, plugging the Patreon. But yeah, because there are some comments that I saw over on X, and I replied to a fella, one of these white nationalists, and I'm going to make some good content out of it.
You
And
make it, make it.
yeah, and it's just so much proof. I can even pull a video up so we're talking about it. right now, just give kind of a, what they call that, a snippet of it. Of they fear the mulatto, not the black. Just watch this.
Miscegenation is our destruction.
Now, this is a fiction, but it's based in reality, right? This is a Klan rally. This is from the fiction, the movie Queen with Halle Berry, who played a mulatto, okay, in the whole movie Queen. I've talked about this numerous times. I always use this for reference. Now, he says miscegenation is like a sin or whatever.
The African black was a harmless, docile creature.
He says the African black was a docile and harmless creature. Listen to him. He's saying the monoracial black is docile and harmless.
That could be kept in the place that God and the Bible had assigned him.
But could be kept in the place that God and the Bible assigned him. Wow.
But the liberal Yankee and the lecherous Jew have inbred with the animal to create a new and impure race.
He says the liberal Yankee has inbreded with the animal to create a new and impure race. Now, what is that new and impure? We're not pure. Who's that new race? He's talking about the mulatto,
what is that new race? Yep. Yeah, they're talking about mulattoes.
That's who he's threatened by, the mulattoes. Watch, listen.
That think of themselves our equal.
That think of themselves as our equal. They're fearful that we're challenging the status quo. They know the dark-skinned Bantu is going to do their bidding and just wants a seat at the table to kiss their white ass. When they see the mulatto man who's like, fuck you. I don't like the way this fucking mestizo's talking to me. I'm going to check him. I don't like the way this fucking white boy's talking. I'm going to check him. This Bantu's getting uppity. I'm going to fucking check him. They're fearful of the mulatto man changing the structure and system. That's what this is really about.
They take food out of your mouth.
So that's basically it. Yeah, but I have some other material I'm going to share in conjunction with that. Should be interesting for those of you who are tuning in right now, who are not members of my Patreon. Go sign up, because that's going to be my newest upload. That's what I got to share right now, man. I'm going to actually get out of here because I got to get up early and go to work. Appreciate you hopping on the panel.
I feel that. All right, man. Glad to see you around, man.
Yeah, appreciate you, man. Yeah, take it easy. Thanks. All right, appreciate you guys tuning in, and shout out to you, Val, showing up. I really appreciate you. Yes, we do lack recessive genes and top immunity. Appreciate you. Twilight Talk says yes, they fear us. Yep, no doubt. Everything is about sex, war, racism, evolution. He put, damn, we are some kind of superhumans. They're fearful of you, man. That's crazy. They fear you. Because he even said in the clip I shared with you, he said that they were docile, kept in their place. That's how they think of them. Just throw the ball, shut up and dribble, be a little basketball player, be a little dumbass, a little rapper, little dumbass savage, dancing around rapping, Kendrick Lamar, Kanye West, another dark-skinned fucking harmless savage, dancing around, singing songs. They like that. They'll throw a couple snow bunnies at you. They'll throw a couple white women at you here and there to keep the Bantu occupied. But when that mulatto man jumps up and starts dominating shit, i.e. Drake, all of a sudden they get kind of scared. They're like, this guy's changing the whole fucking music industry, right? The same way that Prince was doing, owning his own, music and stuff like that. Yeah, interesting stuff. I'm going to catch you guys later next time. All right, peace out, guys. Appreciate you guys' support, and catch you on the next one. Peace out.